See, it just didn't start like it's supposed to. Here we go. I was thinking, right, it's working.
Are we live yet?
We're live. Hi.
All over the place.
Hey, so it's one of those things. Yeah, I click the button and then it doesn't work, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I need to just keep not use that little countdown timer because it'll automatically start from the beginning so whatever, live and learn, or just live in my case.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to A.M.O.K.
A.M.O.K, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Says it
A.M.O.K.
all.
Yes. A.M.O.K.
Anyhow, we what are we doing? Oh, wait a minute.
This is Oklahoma week.
It is Oklahoma.
It is Oklahoma week.
And Oklahoma just found that out just a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah, but I found some awesome stuff going on in October.
So you're doing better than I did because I was like, oh, it's my week. Oops.
Adrian, check the drive, please.
And so, yes, Adrian, check the drive when I'm going over events. So, for those of you that are interested in stuff going on in Oklahoma, what we have tomorrow at 6:30 p.m., we have Static X Machine versus Monsters tour with Guar and Dope for you metalheads out there. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to make that one. That one is actually going to be at Live Nation's well, where is it going to be at? It's going to be at somewhere.
Oklahoma.
Somewhere. It's Oklahoma City, 500 East Sheridan Avenue at the Criterion. So that's where it's going to be at tomorrow. Coming up on Friday, we have Rob Schneider. You Can Do It tour. Oh my God, I wanted to go to that one so bad. That one's going to be at the 100 Civic Center, Tulsa at Arvis Convention Center. It starts at, actually starts at 12 noon. So, guys, if y'all want some tickets, y'all need to go. I mean, not 12 noon. Sorry. Tickets go on sale at 12 noon. Well, yeah, okay, I'm backwards. Tickets went on sale at 12 noon on the 28th of April, and they're still on sale 7:30 p.m. And in Tulsa, if you're in Tulsa and you want to go see a funny guy, go see Rob Schneider. Coming up in the 28th.
Tell him I said hi.
I know, right? Tell him we said hi. He's gonna be like, who are y'all talking about? Coming up on June 28th, the Graham Jam on the Water 2025 from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. This one's going to be at Safe Harbor Harbors View in Afton. I have no idea where that's at. I'm sorry, I'm clueless. I don't know where that's at. But you guys can look it up. It's on the events page. It's Grand Jam on the Water 2025. It looks like it's fun. I mean, if you want to go on the water and party. Then we have July 18th through July 20th, the OKC Pop and Horror Con, Oklahoma City Convention Center. That is on July 18th through July 20th. It looks very interesting. It's got a bunch of very interesting people that's going. So if you want to go look up that, go to, my dog is messing with me. I'm sorry. Go take a look at the events page on Facebook and look at all the different celebrities that are going to be out there. It looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. Saturday, August 30th, Oklahoma City Time Travelers Vintage Expo 2025, August 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Oklahoma City Convention Center. Then we have Junklahoma, September 6th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Junklahoma 2025. That's going to be in Piedmont, Oklahoma. And I'm probably mispronouncing that. On Saturday, September 6th from 5:30 to 8:30, Nelly is going to be in Oklahoma City. at the Oklahoma City Zoo Amphitheater. So if you guys want to go see him, go check it out. September 11th, Goo Goo Dolls at the Oklahoma City Zoo Amphitheater at 7 p.m. They are awesome live. If y'all never seen them, I highly suggest going to go see them.
Google.
Goo Goo Dolls, yeah.
It's fun to say.
Sunday, September 14th at 6:30 p.m. Suicide Boy presents Gray Day Tour 2025 with Bones and more. That is going to be at the A.M.O.K Center in Tulsa. Then we also have Saturday, October 4th at the second annual Tulsa's Dark Market Fall event from 4 p.m. until 11 p.m. I've never heard of it, but it looks interesting after I read over it. So y'all go check that out. It's the second annual Tulsa's Dark Market Fall event. That's going to be at the Bowman Twin Event Center in Tulsa. A couple more, guys. Friday, October 3rd at 8 p.m. Cat Williams, Heaven on Earth tour. It's going to be at the A.M.O.K Center in Tulsa. Another one I want to see really
I'd go
bad.
see that.
Oh, I would. I want to go see that. October 3rd at 8 p.m. Cat Williams, Heaven on Earth tour, the A.M.O.K Center. Then we have Sunday, October 5th, the OKC R&B Festival. That's going to kick off at 2 p.m. on October 5th. We also have Saturday, October 11th, the Alabama Southern Soul Festival starts at 1 p.m. on October 11th. Then Sunday, October 12th at 7 p.m., Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace. I've seen them live too, and they are amazing live. So I highly suggest going to go see them if you're into that kind of music. 7 p.m. at the Choctaw Casinos and Resort in Durant, Oklahoma. Then Stevie Nicks is going to be October 15th at 7 p.m. at the Paycom Center. So y'all want to go
She's
see
still
Stevie
alive?
Nicks? Yeah, apparently. I was kind of shocked on that too, but she looks good. So Friday, last one, Friday, November 21st, Riley Green, the Damn Country Music Tour. That's going on at the Paycom Center, November 21st at 6:45 p.m. And that's all I got for right now for Oklahoma, y'all.
Wow. So
Yeah,
Oklahoma
you-
has mostly music, a comedian, something about soda pops.
Couple of comedians.
A couple of comedians. Okay,
Yeah.
I missed one of the chameleons.
And two.
A soda pop in the dark market.
Yep.
Awesome. So great.
Well, you got the OKC Con that's got the Oklahoma. No, where's it at? The OKC Horror Con that's going on July 18th through July 20th.
Wasn't that the one with the soda? You said the
No.
pop and. Something.
Oh, the OKC Pop and Horror Con. I don't think it means soda.
That's what it means for us. We're in the Midwest over here. Come on.
Anyway.
But
we have some awesome people coming on today, don't we, Ken?
Yes, we do. This couple has traveled and researched the paranormal field for about 15 plus years across the U.S. and the Philippines. Their research has led them to develop an ITC, instrumental transcommunication device called Staticom, and I believe it's now version 3. And it brings forth more clarity to spirit communications. But I'm going to let them tell us more about it when they come on the show here in about 20 seconds. So let's welcome our new friends from Arizona, I believe, Tony and Cherie Rathman.
Here we go.
Look,
let's make them bigger.
What did I do?
Arizona.
There you go. Is that correct, Arizona?
That is correct.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah,
115 degrees right now.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
no,
No,
thank
like
Early
you.
for that.
Yeah, but it's a dry heat.
Yes.
So's an oven, but that doesn't mean I want to be in it.
No, I tell you
Oh
what.
my God.
But see, the thing about it, see, you live in an area that a breeze and shade can help you. I live in Arkansas. A breeze and shade don't help you at all. You just die.
Freeze?
It's getting ready to be oppressive like next week, and then it'll stay oppressive until the end of September.
Yeah, but when it's 110 and it's 108 in the shade, it really doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't.
I do get that. It's like living in an air fryer. See, I'm from the my brothers live in Prescott Valley, but
Oh.
I've lived in Albuquerque, so I'm used to the high desert. It's still kind of it. It gets hot, but it doesn't get like
Not like
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
It's very nice.
except they've got
here.
things like water, pine
yeah.
trees.
Trees.
We don't have any of that here.
You have no water.
Our
They
trees
got
are
shipped
just
in.
not green. It's like yellow green.
Yeah, yellow
Oh,
brown.
Oh,
nice.
brown.
Well,
So go
I'm
ahead.
glad you guys could make it tonight, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you for
Thank you for
having us.
having us on. We appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. I heard a couple of your, I guess, podcasts or your show and tell podcast, I'll call them, and oh my God, it's so fascinating. I love what you're doing. I've been
Thank you.
working with ITC stuff for maybe 10 plus years, mostly with Spirit Box. I've got a nanocom from somebody, but it makes a lot of ticking sounds, which Adrian hates.
Oh, it drives me insane.
But I'm used to it. So, but it's starting to drive me nuts now too. And I'm looking for something more quiet. So you guys are going to talk to us about that tonight, and maybe even help us acquire one. Go ahead.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's great. You can help us acquire one would be fantastic.
Well, see, there we go.
I need all the help I can get. So,
We
so
can be your Midwest testers. How about that?
There you go.
Good to know.
Yes,
Good to know.
yes.
Anyway,
Mhm.
no, but
When we go to share, I'm looking at the screens that are down below, and it's not the correct one that to start out with. I have it pulled up on my side. Let's try to start with mine first and see if we can get it to work, okay?
okay.
Just heads up. Sorry, we were having technical difficulties before we.
Yes.
100%. Can you believe that? That's
Not
so
Yeah,
us.
no.
Never.
Not a muck. Not at all.
We are aptly named
yes.
for
Yes.
sure.
Um,
So, yeah, let me know
untrained
when we get to the
professional.
point where we're ready to pull it up, and I will do my best.
okay.
Well,
So I guess, guys,
yeah.
how about maybe a brief background? Tell us a little bit about yourselves, and then what you guys are, what your team, or about your team. How about that?
It's just
Absolutely.
a husband and wife
Yeah,
team
the
now.
team now is just Cherie and I. That's
Okay.
how we started out. We had former partners 6 months back, 8 months back, something
Yeah.
like that. But we had a difference in opinion on how it should be advanced. They wanted to go one way, we wanted to go another. So we decided to go our separate ways, which is fine. Sometimes that's how better advancements show up. So they're not sure exactly what they're working on right now, but we have advanced it now 2 or 3 times,
Right.
all in the encompassing of Staticom 3.0. But we started out, Cherie started out. I was a non-believer. I didn't believe any of this. My father was a physics instructor. Everything I learned as a kid had a scientific background. Dad, why is the sky blue? You know, there's water vapor in the air. When the sunlight hits it, blue is the most reflective color. That's why the sky looks blue. Everything was like that. So spirits, ghosts, entities, consciousness, those weren't topics of discussion. But then, why don't you tell them how you got interested in
I
this?
think you explain it better.
All right. Well, she started watching the shows when they came out 15 years ago. She kept saying to me, "Come on, sit down. You're going to love this." I'd last about 2 minutes ago. No way. This is for entertainment only. There's no truth here. I'd get up and walk away. Well, then in 2010, on Valentine's Day weekend, she said, "I want to do something different." I said, "Okay, what do you want to do?" She said, "I want to go ghost hunting." And I was like, "Oh, my God, you're kidding me." But of course, I didn't say that. I had 2 choices. I could take her or have her mad at me until next Valentine's Day.
Which I did.
Right. So I didn't want that. So got online, did some quick research, found a place in Phoenix that had a reputation for being haunted, booked it for the weekend, and thought, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, wait, no, these people are using equipment. What the heck am I supposed to get her? So I went out, bought a night vision camera, digital recorder, and EMF meter. Thought, okay, great. So we went for the weekend. I'm going to try to make this quick. We went for the weekend. She had fun. That was all I cared about. It was when she got the stuff home and she started reviewing it. and she was calling me over every 2 to 3 minutes. Whose voice is this? It was 3 o'clock in the morning. We were one of three other guests in the hotel. They weren't up at 3 in the morning. They weren't in the basement where we were at. Nobody was there, but yet we got voices with timing and relevance answering questions that we asked with intelligence. So that completely freaked me out. So for like a month, I tried to debunk it, couldn't do it. Finally, I said, well, let's go back. Maybe there was an air vent. We didn't notice that voices were coming through from another room. We went back. There was no vent. There weren't voices coming through, and we came home with even more evidence. And that just continued. I think we investigated that one location over 50 times.
Yes.
But I was fascinated with the voice responses because it blew away any other piece of equipment. I could tell when I got a response, even before hearing what the response was, whether it was male or female, whether it was an adult or a child, what language they were speaking, if they had an accent or territory dialect. I could tell their emotional state. Were they happy? Were they angry? Were they upset? It was like being handed a bucket load of information even before I heard the response. To us, it was unbeatable. It was unexplainable. We knew we were the only two there. There shouldn't have been another voice. That got us into EVP. So as the years followed, we focused on EVP. Then we got into ITC. Again, loved it. I remember saying to Cherie, there's voices to at least 80% of the questions we ask, but it's non-discernible between the static. The theory behind the spirit box was that spirits would take the fragments of audio heard as it scans up and down radio and rearrange them into their own sentences. We figured out they don't need to do that. So that was a secondary distraction from hearing what they said. So we started building them. We built spirit boxes for 12 years. I think we built 14 of them in a 12-year period, each one progressing from the one prior. But we could clear up the speech, but what we couldn't do was extend the conversation. They would get a word, a two, maybe three, but we found out through later research that every time it hit a radio station, it literally cut them off from speaking. So in a spirit box, that's what limits your ability to get longer sentences is every time it hits a station, it takes away the broadband white noise and cuts them off from speaking.
Well, that's interesting.
That's how we got started, and that's what we're still doing today.
Wow.
That's
kind of
incredible.
interesting. So, two things: did your experiences the first time when you first went to the hotel or whatever it was? Well, not the first time, but after a couple times, did it actually open your open up your senses so that you could actually start feeling what was going on? You said beforehand, so
Yeah, it did. In fact, we had gone to that place so many times that we knew names of the spirits that were there. We could call for them, and they would literally show up on the recorder. I would say, "Candy, are you here?" And she goes, "Yes, I'm
I,
here."
yeah, I think that was your second time because Tony is a skeptic person, very, very skeptic.
Was.
Was okay, that's what I said. And then after that, that's where it started the curiosity, his curiosity, and he's now a full grown believer.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, through our 15 years, over 15 years of research through this, it's changed every aspect of what we believe life to be, what we believe happens in the afterlife, how we view what's important in life, what our whole philosophy is on life, and everything in between. I mean, we've learned so much from things they've told us, information they've given us, and that information includes them actually helping to get the Steadicom device to a functional state that we can communicate with them. And there's some clips that I think we're going to show that will demonstrate them actually helping.
They're
That is,
Pretty
incredible
awesome.
too. So
that's,
everybody cross
that's
shift
highly
over.
optimistic of you. That's great.
Well,
Yeah,
well, the other
now,
thing,
now,
the second part of my, go ahead, Adrian.
go ahead.
I was going to say the second part of my question on that was you made a comment about, I know the original premise on spirit boxes, for example, was for the spirits to rearrange the actual words that were coming through, the announcers and whatever,
Right.
sports casting and whatever. But interesting thing is that in about, I've been using my spirit box at PSP7 for about over almost 10 years now. I think it's wearing out, so because it's hardly working anymore. But I rarely got any manipulation of the actual words.
Correct.
Everything, all the communication that I came up with from them, and I mean, conversations. I've got conversations with spirits, but it all came from the fuzz area and
Correct.
actual voices that came
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
not from the stations.
The voices that you get come in above or below the radio station frequency. They're
Okay.
either higher or lower, and they're more whispery. But you're absolutely right. It's in the white noise that you hear their voice, not in the frequency of the radio station you're picking up.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure that we were on the same
We
wavelength
are
that
absolutely
I
on the
understood it. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, now
That is
Adrian, you had
awesome.
a question, or Shaw? I think you
No,
had a question.
actually, I do have a question. And forgive me if you said it because I was trying to troubleshoot this little thing
No
going on.
worries.
What's your background before the paranormal? Are
I,
you
I my degree's in philosophy.
okay?
When I was about 16, I worked in an electronics shop, fixing TVs, radios, anything anybody brought in during that time that was broken, and would repair it. So that was my electronic
That's where
background,
electronics come in. Yeah,
sound
yeah.
information. Now, I wish, and many times fighting with Staticom, that I was an audio engineer. That would have been a big help. But I'm not. So we learned a lot building and made a lot of mistakes, and I'm sure we still have some that we're correcting because the advancement never stops. We're
Oh yeah.
always running additional tests, trying to get further advancements and to not have academia and science turn their nose up and say this can't be happening. And
Oh,
two of
they're
them,
gonna.
we talked about the fact that a spirit box used a radio. Well, originally we started with what was called direct radio voice, which was discovered by a European gentleman named Friedrich Jurgensen. Friedrich Jurgensen passed that information on to Konstantin Radova, and Konstantin Radova passed it on to the most well-known individual, which was Marcello Bacci. He used it for about 35 years. He would call in people who had lost loved ones, have sessions. They would get messages from the other side. And Marcello Bacci was actually brought into a scientific lab, tested, and scientists could not debunk what he had. They pulled his vacuum tubes out of his old radio one at a time, all the way up to the third one. He still got voices. The only thing they could remove to keep the voices from coming through was to remove Marcello himself. When they did that, the voices quit.
Yeah,
Huh.
Wow.
Wow,
they're all the
that is
voices in his
interesting.
head. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. No, no. I just want to know because I'm an X-ray tech. My diagnostic background helped me actually help made me want to get into investigating because a lot of the photography that I was seeing, I was like, that's an artifact, and I know this because of this background, and so I utilize my diagnostic uh, background in my investigations. I guess you can use philosophy in that, but I can see you have that. Well, I'm used to tinkering with electronics, so let's do this. No, I think that's cool. It's a good thing. Uh,
Thank you.
I guess we got some. Uh, I guess Pam's gonna try to do some magic, and nope,
We'll see if
she's
it
been
works.
muted.
And if it
Yeah.
Oh.
doesn't, um, Adrian, I'll show you where the files, the actual files are in our
Oh
drive. Okay.
no.
No, it's.
You want me?
I mean, they're right
You want
there.
me to
So
do
if
it?
this doesn't work this way, we'll try it. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm cautiously optimistic. So we will
It'll work.
see
It'll work.
here, right?
Gotta have faith, faith, faith.
Right.
Oh no.
Let me go full screen here. Make sure this one's up.
That'd be a good time to go to commercial. No, here we go. We don't have
No joke.
And a word from our
Take
sponsor.
3.
to.
Nobody.
I see nothing.
I think she's still working on it.
I am. Just give me a minute.
1
Okay,
minute.
I think I got it.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I'm gonna try. Do you guys see it? There it is. Okay.
Yep.
Can you make that there?
Oh, look at that. Hey,
Oh, look at that! Look at this.
There we
It's
go.
gonna come forward.
now we have a real bad.
Okay, let me get to the right screen so I can actually work it here. Okay.
Marcello, can you see us?
Yes.
Thank you. Marcello, you started this method. It's working. Can you please try to communicate with us?
So that was I'm getting
Yeah.
All of it.
One of the names.
And voice
Hang on.
caption.
There.
Yeah, it's in show either. But anyway, that was still direct radio voice. So that system was still using a radio. Now,
That's so
what we
clear,
determined
though.
going forward was that that was the clearest response we got in a year of researching direct radio voice. Now, we had others, but nothing of that clarity. So that's when we knew we had to do a couple of things. We knew the radio had to go away. Like I said, anybody in academia or science, if you're claiming you're getting voices from the other side and your device for acquiring those is a radio, they're going to say, come on, how can you determine reception from deception? And it's a perfectly good argument. So we knew
Yeah.
for that reason the radio had to go away. The other complaint or disagreement from science or academia is that you're not actually getting words. You think you're hearing words, but they're warbles and artifacts of sound that the brain tries to pattern recognize and make sense of. That is also a legitimate complaint. And if you don't believe me, go on YouTube and look up some EVPs that are out there, and you'll clearly go, okay, I didn't hear a word that they said they heard. So clearing it was and removing the radio were two big low-hanging pieces of fruit we knew had to go away.
Right. It looks like the video, the caption is not showing. So I want to ask them if what they heard or what they heard with
the last response
the
given
last
when
response.
Oh, it
supposed
didn't show?
what?
The caption didn't show on there?
No,
No.
it was cut off.
But I
Oh,
did.
no.
But during it, I did hear him say "Bachi."
Bachi was in there. Bachi
Towards the
humming
beginning.
was in there, and then the last thing he
The
said
full
when
sentence.
Cherie said, "This is your method. Can you speak with us?" He said, "I'd say glad to meet you."
That was the full sentence that we ever captured. But after that, no.
It was
Yeah, right
amazing.
after that, that was the last we heard.
Really. That's wild. Okay, let me.
Oh, it's okay. I just wanted to know whether you guys heard or
Yeah, because people always say, "Well, don't put the words up. You're influencing
which is good.
Right.
But we did tests, and that is absolutely not true. We put out a bunch of EVPs with absolutely wrong wording, and people said, "Well, I heard stuff, but not what you wrote."
Yeah, that's
It's
cool.
not
That is.
that strong.
You hear it so clearly.
Oh, it's
and
yeah.
that's-
We're having a perfect conversation with him, and he's answering
Yeah.
exactly what you're asking. It's very
So then from there, when we moved to Staticom, the radio was removed. And that was done through a variety of testing. I was already running tests for a
for a
friend on,
It's picking up your mic that
I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Are you getting
Um,
feedback?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
an echo.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me stop this. Is that what it was?
yeah.
that probably fixed it. Yeah.
Shoot.
So we removed the radio. I was doing some testing for a friend. He was sending over running water, and he goes, "I hear voices in here. Can you check?" Sure enough, I did hear them. Then we recorded fans, air conditioners, running water. I even taped mics to my car when I drove around town to see if I could pull voices, and yes, I could. But the problem was the consistency wasn't stationary. If another car went by, that wind noise increased, made it almost impossible to pull them. So then our former partners at the time did a test in a 30 feet underground in a zinc mine, which radio waves cannot transfer to. They were able to get voices. I used a sleep machine that had a white noise setting. I got a response. And because it wasn't live white noise, it was a 3-second recorded clip. The voice actually imprinted on the chip. So every time I played the white noise back, the answer would repeat every 3 seconds. So that got ruined. But that's why we moved to a live white noise generator, and that worked perfectly for pulling voices.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I've
and
ac-
also the
That's
last thing
amazing.
was we slowed down live white noise 50% in real time. Why? Because even according to the pioneers of ITC, Jurgensen, Radave, Dr. Cardoso, that spirit speaks so fast that it's faster than the mind can pick it up, and definitely faster than um, any human could speak. So it slows it
Wow.
down in real time. It cleans it up in real time. Everything you do with EVP when you brought it home, denoise it, amplify it, clean it up. Staticom does that all in real time, allowing for real two-way communication.
So you say you
That
slowed it
is
down,
amazing.
the white noise down 50%. Have you tested even lower?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Matter of fact, what we're
Six,
working on now does that,
okay.
as well as
adding
many other
25
things
adding 25% to slow it down.
additional. Yeah,
Additional.
Okay.
yeah.
That's it. That's quite interesting.
Yeah. So the next clip you're going to hear is Staticom. Well, I think it's Staticom 2.0, but you'll see more of that two-way. Like with DRV, we couldn't ask him any other questions after that because voices would disappear. Staticom 2.0 was much better, but not wouldn't stay forever. It would stay for a little while and then disappear. Staticom 3.0, the voices do not disappear until they either want to stop talking or we shut it off.
It's incredible that what you're getting off of there. Okay. So I have Adrian and Shauna both looking at the drive. We're going to try something different to see if you can see everything that you have on the screen. Um, I've got see where I've got all the information placed in the drive, the files. Choose the second chip, not Baki, but the second one that says chip Panda. Panda. Try that one. We'll see if we can share from his side.
Okay.
It's not opening for me. I got it. I got it downloaded, but it's not opening for me.
Well, don't need to download anything. Go into the drive itself and go into the
Uh-huh.
folder.
Okay, I have to double click it.
Rathman. Yeah, go into Rathman
Uh-huh.
and then go to. You'll see the first three of their pictures, and the fourth is the one that we just listened to. So go to the fifth and see if you can play that one.
And in between, Cherie, what got you involved in all this?
Well, actually, it's when I moved here in the United States, I saw this Am I too loud?
No, no,
No, you're
No, you're
perfect.
fine.
you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, when I moved here to United States, like 25 years ago, I saw this TV show. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but it's exciting. And my
Please.
daughter and I, we were watching it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And of course, when I was little, or younger, not little, around like 10 years old, I have also experienced paranormal. I saw it with my own eyes, but I'm not really, I don't know whether it's real. But even though I saw it, but my mom keeps saying, "Okay, if you're not gonna go to bed early, you're gonna see mumu. Mumu means ghost." So, but then when I saw this TV show, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I can do this." So that's why I have an idea on Valentine's Day when we did
Okay.
that. So I told Tony, "Let's do ghost hunting. I think I can do this."
Very, very from a culture perspective, very heavy belief in spirits and afterlife. And I mean, she growing up heard story after story after story, and the house you were in was even had.
It's
I remember
haunted.
staying. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
staying there.
Oh, wow.
But so
Oh.
yeah, I think that's what probably pushed her in the
yeah.
direction
Because
to.
I grew up in the Philippines and also in Japan. Because my mom is Filipino, my dad is Japanese, so they break it down like 1 year here, 1 year there. So especially in Japan is more, they're more onto that,
Yeah, huge
y-
interest in the
in the
paranormal in Japan
paranormal.
as well,
Yes, yeah.
and some great places to investigate. Both Japan and the
Yes.
Philippines, just
Mm.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think you have gifts that allow you to communicate
Oh no,
on your
I
own?
don't have any of that.
We've never considered ourselves to have any abilities whatsoever,
No.
which is why
Okay.
we built equipment.
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
but we do notice
And sharing the wrong thing. Sorry.
when we were
Go
talking
ahead.
about bocce that if they removed bocce, the voices went away. We notice when we do tests, and we do tests multiple times a week. We were doing one just last Friday, right?
Yeah, last Friday.
And the group came out and they're like, there's no more voices, because I had gone outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? And I walked back in. I'm like, Spirit, she's still here. Yeah. And they were all like,
Yeah, I think also it's not that you have to have the ability. It's how you respect the spirit and
Yeah.
they will trust you, and whether you have ability or not, you can communicate with them if you give yourself
if you're open minded, if they
correct.
trust you. But do I think abilities come from
Interaction.
interaction?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Every
So
time we
yeah.
try to share that screen,
Whoa.
Well, I'm trying to get it
does
to
that.
where it'll share the Chrome tab, but it's not wanting to share that particular
Oh,
Chrome
who
tab.
did I kick? I kicked Pam.
Yeah, you did.
But
I did.
trust is very important,
Come
and
back, Pam.
I totally agree with that. Now, do they call your name out as well, looking for you?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah. See,
The neat thing about Staticom is we don't even have to ask a question. We can turn on, we can listen to them speak to each other.
oh yeah, I get that all the time with my spirit box communications too. It's amazing, and uh, what you were just saying about you walk out of the room. I did that at a local place here in town in St. Louis, Missouri Botanical Garden, and they were just chatting away, and I walked out for about a half hour and helping somebody else out because I don't know, we were doing something out there, and they came out. My friends came out to find me. You better get back in here because they calling your name over and over and over.
Right.
So it's such a cool feeling, and it's an
Yeah.
amazing, and it is a trust factor.
It is.
Right.
And it
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter
absolutely is.
where you go, they're going to find you.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It is. And it's what's amazing is whenever you have that intelligent spirit that knows who you are
Yeah.
and like gives you like a nickname. I love it when they give you nicknames. Like my nickname at a hospital that I used to go to was Freak. I figure. But but it's more like an endearment whenever they start giving you like, yeah, I remember you. You're a freak or whatever they called you the last time you were there. I that's what I enjoy. And then listening to it clearly, like from y'all's device is absolutely amazing.
It's incredible. Now, I do have the PowerPoint up on my side. Do you want me to? And you guys were able to hear the first
Yeah,
recording,
we could
right?
hear it. Just every time anybody else talks, it echoes like it's coming, like
Well, I'm
coming
gonna
through your
try
system box.
something, but I'm gonna leave this one and come back in another one, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, I, I got 3 things, but we have to build up to those things, right? So I got uh, 3 like
I
Do you
think
want
that
me to
one
minute
try
just
to
never.
play the second one to see if it works with my mic muted? Maybe it won't echo.
Go for it,
I don't
Pam.
know.
Sure.
Why not? Why not? Oh man. Let's see. Add to scene. Nope,
Nope,
there it
there it
goes.
goes.
Can you say Tony? Did you just say Rathman? Yep. So you know who I am. Can I know who you are? Yes, sir. Thank you. Who am I speaking to?
Did he
So
say
that's that.
Chip?
Excuse me.
Did he say Chip? Was that the person's name?
Sorry, Ken, your mic volume is really low. Yeah, they first I asked him to say Tony. Again, you can't see the underlying text. I'm not sure why.
That's strange.
But I said, "Can you say Tony?" They said Anthony Rathman. I said, "Did you just say Rathman?" They said, "Yep." And then I said, "You know who I am? Can I know who you are?" And he said, "I'm Chip Patton." And then it's Harold Patter. So 2 first and last names, timing and relevance, and intelligence to the question I asked.
It's
Maybe you're able
incredible.
to see the bottom one now.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna see if this one works and see if because I'm not hearing any echo, but let's see if we can hear the video.
Who is the nasty man who is down here?
What's his name?
Did he beat the children down here?
Sure.
Why?
Because he's sick.
I was sick, yeah.
Yeah, he's sick.
What did he want to do to me when I was sitting in the chair talking to him? Choke me.
Spank
Oh
me.
goodness!
Okay,
Wow,
Wow.
I think you
that
get a
was
little personal.
3.0 though. You jumped ahead from.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
That's all right.
I just got into this one.
Hey, it worked.
It did work though. So next, go to the one that says energy of the mind.
Okay.
This is back to 2.0.
How do you hear me?
Okay, this is back to 2.0.
How do you hear me speak?
Now, this was an
Oh
incredible
my.
response because for years of doing EVP, a lot of times the answer would show up on the recorder before we even finished asking the question.
Yes.
I
Oh
wanted
my
to know how
god.
they hear me speak. If I'm human, I'm
That,
using vocal cords. I put a sound wave into the atmosphere. If
yeah.
you're another human and standing within 100 meters, yeah, you can hear it. The follicles in your ear vibrate. That vibration gets sent to a liquid center to the ear, which vibrates, which then sent to the brain. But
Unless
if
you're like me
spirits
and
are
deaf.
Well,
right,
I've always said, because we've had EVPs before we asked a question, and answered before we asked a question. But if their energy, they're living and are sensing, perceiving energy as well. So as you think the thought before think of the question before it even comes out your mouth, they've already got it. So it
It
almost
doesn't.
seems
Yeah.
like a
I call
that's
that
yeah.
telepathy.
Well, it doesn't
Well,
need to come out of your mouth at all, and we've tested that. All we have to do
yeah,
is think it, and the answer will show up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
Good. I mean, it
Wow.
makes sense because if their
Yeah.
energy, I mean, they don't have like he's saying with the we hear because of the vibration of our eardrums, and they don't have eardrums.
Right.
So so
That
that's
is
it.
What
correct.
is the next one you'd like for me to play?
Well, I think from there on, everything is 3.0, so you can just go through however they're in line.
All right.
Except
Did
for
we
that.
already do this one?
Nope.
All right.
Do you know how did you die?
I had cancer.
I heard
You can
Right.
cancer.
hear she
But
had
I
an
had two.
accent.
Right. And an accent. Yep. And
Mhm.
absolutely um, no feelings about it. I mean, they know they've transitioned. They knew what made them transition, and there was no hard feelings in that response. She knew exactly what sent her over to the other side.
And
It's
I think she's
incredible.
playing with my computer because she wasn't letting me get out of that one.
Nice. Yeah.
It was like, oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm back. All right. So this one?
Nope, nope. That one you want to wait.
Oh, okay. We're waiting for that one. All right. Which one? You want to do shit
That
stain?
one I think you play. Oh no, you can go to that one. Yep.
Okay.
Spirits, can we play a little game? Sure. Okay, great. What am I holding in my hand? Spectacles. Spectacles, I heard, yeah. What else? What's the other name for this? What am I holding? Not holding shit. What are these? What's the other name for this? Spectacles is right. What's the other name? Low tone glasses.
I heard that Rathman in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
We
That
had
is
the
so
echo
cool.
because we're in the
Yeah, we're in the
basement.
basement of this old school, and so yeah, there was a ambient echo due to the room.
Oh
So the
wow.
next one you're going to play, I was talking about how they actually helped us tune things in. The next
Mhm.
one you're going to play is an example of that. We just started testing it. We were trying to perfect it, and I literally asked them, up or down on the controllers that I was working with, and you'll see how they respond.
And that's on the settings.
Yep.
Up or down, spirits? Seven. Okay. I can go to 7.
Wow.
So that setting to this day has not moved. They were absolutely correct. It was, and I never said it even had numbers on it. I said up or down,
Or down. Yeah.
and they knew
Wild.
exactly where it should be placed.
And I heard 7 different voices.
Yes.
One of them said 6.
One of them
Yeah.
did say 6. You are correct.
Everybody else said 7.
Yeah. I
Yep.
think I heard also in the beginning it says don't touch it.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew they. I couldn't tell what
I
they
heard the
said.
don't
Okay.
touch it, but I couldn't tell who it was that said that. It was
Yeah.
them though, wasn't it?
It's the one that said
That is
6.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's so
wow.
wild. So
That is
cool.
so wild. All right. So
That's
there's a few more on here. Which one do you want me to go with next?
Can you just move it down a little so I can see what the ones are. Okay, so is there one called initial or?
Right here.
I've got
Yeah.
those. I've got initial. There you go.
Okay, so
Right.
this one we were not expecting. I was still building. I was still creating the functionality of it, and voices just showed up. So Cherie grabbed her phone, and you'll see what happens.
Speaker.
I heard it.
Who are you trying to find? You're nervous. What?
Right there.
Yeah. Are you trying to send us a message?
Roger. Roger meaning yes or Roger meaning Roger?
Are you talking about Roger Martin?
Yes, Martin.
Oh wow.
That was straight off the bat. Voices just showed up when we were upgrading to 3.0. That was the very first recording we had ever gotten.
And the spirit says
Wow.
perfect right there. So I
Right,
told
because
Tony,
I
don't
was
touch it.
adjusting, and he said perfect right there. Again, that setting also has not moved. But Roger
Martin.
because they said it correctly. I had said it wrong. I said Martin, it's Martin. That's who they were looking for, and he actually is one of our team members that works on testing this. So,
Oh wow. How interesting. That is so amazing.
I'm just in awe. I mean, I
I am
listened to these
too.
before and I'm just like blown away. It's incredible.
Oh my gosh.
And which
Okay.
is nice also with Staticom. Not that Spirit Box is not, it doesn't work. It does work
does
because we
work.
have 14 or 12 of them. The thing though is that you don't have to review it, you don't
Right.
have to clean it. It's just
Yeah,
it's like
it's right
it's
there.
really a two-way communication.
Yeah, and you'll see that as
that's
we
pretty
get to
awesome.
some of the. But the one you're over right now, yep, play that one next. I think that's the one.
Spirit, Cherie isn't getting sick, is she? Is Cherie getting sick, Spirit? Yes. What should she take? Who created Staticom?
Is it broken?
I love it when they get worried about it.
Yeah.
Right?
You didn't see me react when they said Percodan. Why? Because I didn't know what it was. Now, Cherie told me that night that she wasn't feeling well and she was in pain. That's the reason I asked those questions. When I looked up Percodan, it is a prescription strength
Yep.
pain reliever, a mixture of oxycodone and aspirin. I did not know that, but they were 100%
They're
correct.
heavy.
That's
narcotic.
wild.
Wow. That is amazing. Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
It's so clear. So
It is.
clear.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh my
So
God.
if you have one titled Responses, let's play that one next.
I'm not seeing one.
Okay.
It's gonna wipe out the whole screen. I got it. It's gonna make it all go to the background, but here we go. Responses. It is a minute and a half. Here we go.
Rathman, I heard you say Rathman.
What did you want to say to Roger? It's Tony. Spirits, can you hear me? Yes, okay. That was a loud voice that just answered. What's your name? That's a strange name. How many spirits are here with us right now? A lot? A lot, yeah, that's what I thought you said. Because there's so many of you, is that why all the background chatter? They're talking? Do you have any messages for us? Rathman, I heard that.
I love it.
Yeah,
Wow.
freaking TV people is what that is. I'm that's straight out of Poltergeist. So I'm like, no, screw that.
Oh my gosh, that
It
is
was-
amazing. I want
was-
one. Sign me up.
It was like a whole cast of characters in the background chatting
Correct.
with each other, and at first they were annoyed at you because you were interrupting their conversation.
Oh, we have ones where they're flat out mad at us because they knew we could hear what they were. I mean, you even heard, even on this one,
Yeah.
that woman say, Roxy, he's talking.
He's talking to
Like,
us.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's where I got that from.
Right.
That was amazing.
But you're absolutely right about the influx of multiple voices. Now, how they do it, I can't answer that. We've got theories, but I don't know. But to me, it's kind of like what a psychic would experience walking in, just getting bombarded with
Bombarded.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what was amazing is you could hear the emotion in the one
Yes.
woman's voice. I think it was Margie, where she's like, "You've done it," and it was
Right.
like,
Yeah. It's like
Oh,
you are successful. You've done it.
Yeah.
We
No, that's
can
all-
hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear us.
Right.
That's what she said.
Yep.
That was
Now
amazing.
we're close to the end of our hour. I want to talk about the equipment itself. What is it? I mean, it's not like a handheld device. I don't see you holding it. What it's a whole what?
It uses a combination of hardware, software, and audio and physics principles to make it work. So what it does is we pipe in the white noise into a computer. The computer does nothing but filtrate, slow down, denoise, and I shouldn't say look for, clean up any speech that happens to be there. And we believe the speech comes through a process called stochastic resonance. Stochastic resonance is used in everything from audio equipment to medical equipment. It's using white noise to take an audio signal that cannot be heard by either human ears or a sensor. And by applying noise or broadband white noise, it'll elevate that signal either to the sensor being able to pick it up, we elevate it into human hearing. So those voices are there regardless. We've just made it so they're audible to our senses. So then what we do, because it's broadband white noise, which set a spectral frequency of 1, meaning every sound is even. When the voice covers whatever frequencies they're speaking at, the process of stochastic resonance elevates their voice up. Then we go through and we cut the white noise out, leaving just the voice. Slowed down, of course, at 50%.
No, it's pretty wild.
wow.
That's pretty awesome. Now, I got
Actual paranormal equipment that interests me.
Yeah, right?
Most of them I'm like, wah, wah, because I am a skeptic really bad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not
I
doing
was.
it. And like whenever I investigate with Ken, I kind of want to strangle him because you got that body. I'm like, all right. And but he's a nice guy, so I don't strangle him.
Oh, thank you. I just throw
No,
holy oil at
and
him.
I really wish that we could talk a lot more, but we're right up at that hour point. I want to ask you, what do you guys got coming up? Do you guys do events? You have events coming? How would people contact you? All that stuff.
Sure. Easiest contact. We have a website called entityvoices.com. There's a complete Staticom section of it. It'll tell you what we're working on. There's a blog that talks about different papers I've written about where I want to go with it, procedures. There is a section of events. We're going to be at Phenomicon in Utah giving a full presentation on it. We will be in Canada, in Halifax for the Halifax Paranormal Symposium talking about it. And then we do all sorts of more local stuff here, showing it, doing live sessions for people to come in, ask their own questions, get their own answers. We can also be found on YouTube under Staticom, Facebook under Tony Rathman or Cherie Rathman. Those are the easiest way to contact us.
That's
Wow.
pretty amazing.
There are places I would love to take this and see if it works.
Yes,
Because, yeah.
definitely.
Is it portable that you can't
Absolutely
take it?
it is.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Yes, sign me up.
We all
The only drawback is right now there is only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are desperately working to get this scientifically looked at. For the validation of it, that they either can explain that something is occurring that we missed, or they can't explain it. We've given presentations to FMBR, which is the Foundation of Mind Being Research, and we've got some other ones coming up to further dive into. We've been working with multiple different people inside. I don't want to mention names, but we've done everything from absolutely Faraday wrapping the entire system to metal boxing the white noise generator, basically to block out any possible signal. Now the request is for it to be in a full secured EMI room with me in it to see if voices still come. So we're going through those tests.
Yeah.
Wow. Wonderful.
I'm
awesome.
glad you're doing that to
Yes.
hopefully prove one way or the other. Are
Right.
you on the right track, or okay, we got to rethink this.
Yeah. And I know you're out of time,
Well,
but the other things that we want to prove, not only that the speech exists, but that consciousness survives death and that it can be communicated with, as well as so many other areas that could be looked at.
validation and honesty. That is the key. And you guys
Honesty
are
in the
doing
paranormal.
Yes.
Did I
In the
say that out
paranormal.
loud?
No, nobody heard it. No. Nobody heard it.
Okay, yeah.
No, you were muted. we had our hand over you.
What you're doing is absolutely
Yeah.
incredible, and we really
No, that
appreciate
is
you
pretty
guys
awesome.
coming on
Thank
today.
you.
We apologize for all of the technical difficulties.
No
Yeah.
apologies necessary whatsoever. We
Happened
appreciate.
to us too all
Yeah,
the time.
we've had our own. So, but we appreciate you having us on to discuss it, have people take a look. So, thank you very much.
Oh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very good.
All right.
Now,
Hey,
Wait.
Yeah.
Don't
She's
go
trying to say
away.
something. She's
Yeah.
trying to say something. Shush, shush.
The Lynn clip.
They're out of time, I think. Do you have time for one more? We never played the last one.
Do you still
Oh,
have it
I
up?
have. I do still have it up. 1 second.
So, just real quickly,
I have hours.
real quickly,
yeah.
let me
See,
just-
Ken is always the one usually making us go over. So
Let me just explain what this is about before you play it. So I had just finished the final upgrade to Staticom 3.0. Cherie came in, had an upset look on her face. I said, "What's going on?" She goes, "You remember our friend Lennon? He was shot and murdered Monday." This was like, what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I said, "You know what? It's up and running. Let's see if we can get some questions answered." And that's what you're about to watch. Now, I can't verify any of this yet, but go ahead and play it.
I can get it up there. There you go.
Yes, he was shot.
Lenin, did you know that you were shot? Do you have a message for your family? To your mom? I saw you how they shot you or shoot you. Lenin, kilala mo ba kung sinong bumaril sa'yo? Yes, para mabigyan ka ng hustisya. Kilala mo ba kung sinong bumaril sa'yo? Just give me the name, Lenin, so I can help you. Did you know how you were killed? Lenin was shot and killed last Monday.
Lennon, do you know who did it or not? Yes. Can you give a name, please? Let's start with first name. What's his first name? Christian. Was that a name? Was Christian a name? Was Christian a first or last name? Okay, first name. Do you have a last name?
Oh wow.
Yeah, wow.
Oh wow.
They were very, very
got a first
upset.
and
To,
last
Yeah,
name.
first and
And-
last name. Now, whether can we prove any of it? Not yet. But we weren't going to release it. We were just going to hold it. And then we thought, you know what? If we hold it, no one will ever believe us. Let's release it prior to anything coming from it.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Can you imagine how many police officers and detective agencies and all that would just
Well,
die
we've already
over
talked
that?
about using it for cold cases because of what we know it can do. This was
Oh
a
yeah.
test. Our own personal, through a friend that got shot.
Wow.
We'll find out whether there's any accuracy to it or not.
that was
Oh, I
gonna
will be watching.
that was gonna be my
Definitely.
final question before we ran out of time. So next time, are you going to be able to possibly use this for cold cases? And you just
Yeah.
answered that. Hopefully, yes. Yeah.
Yes,
So I'm
that's the
excited
plan.
about that. Yeah.
Yes,
So are we.
definitely.
Amazing.
I have a cold case I could bring up on it.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
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 What it can
Well,
do
this
is
was a personal matter to my heart, so this would be one that I'd be like, okay, this is because it was a childhood friend of mine that was murdered a long time ago, and I just wanted
I'm
to
sorry
see.
to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, when we
Well,
do,
well, one day maybe
Very
I'll get
calm.
with you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
when we do sign off, stick around. We'll
Yes.
talk to you for a few more minutes after the show.
Sure. You bet.
Yeah, very much. All right, we're going to send you to the background, but first off, I want to say thank you very much for being on the
Yeah.
show.
Amazing.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
You had some really cool stuff on there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Thank you.
and yeah, we'll be talking about it long after the show. So,
Oh,
all right,
Sounds good.
That's
Thank you very much.
yeah.
thank you, Tony. Thank you, Cherie,
Thank you.
Right
and we'll
back.
talk to you in a minute. Wow, that was cool.
That was
Yeah.
amazing, and there's
That
so
was
much
amazing.
more we
That,
could talk
that last
about.
clip, we almost didn't get it.
I know. I'm
That would
so
have been.
glad
That would have
that I
been. That would
So
have
glad
robbed. That would have
Cherie
robbed
mentioned
everybody. That
it.
was really cool.
Yeah.
So I'll be. Yeah, that's awesome. What do we got for next
Oh,
week?
nothing.
Well,
Kansas.
Wait,
I'm.
I thought Ken got somebody.
It has not
Oh,
been
yes.
confirmed yet, but I'm hoping
Oh
to
my
get
God.
somebody. It's not confirmed yet. So
That's all right.
the invitation is out there. I have a feeling I will get a yes answer, but it'll be a surprise for
Surprise!
everybody.
Well, last week I said we was gonna have this nurse guy from Central Arkansas come on, and he said he could, so he'll be on sometime in the near future. So since he was
Nice.
supposed to be here, and then we ended up getting the Rathmans, I think we actually got a good show out of it. So maybe
Oh,
we'll
we
have
got a
the
great
same
show
kind of
out of
luck.
it.
All righty.
Kind of
Yeah.
good
So,
show. I think it was an
regardless of
amazing
who's
show.
on,
It was
Absolutely amazing.
even
fantabulous.
even if it's just us next week and we have to go to the bag,
And the paper bag, lunch
The
bag.
bag.
Oh
it'll be a
no,
Can't
the
great
forget lunch.
lunch
it'll
bag.
be a great show regardless. So hey,
Yes.
come on back next week and check us out. All right.
7
And
All right.
p.m.
stay
Bye,
amok.
y'all.
See if
Night,
this
Yep.
everybody.
works. It worked.
Oh, I know people can still hear me. Happy birthday to my hubby today.
I guess thank him.
Yes. Later.